bridge between all parties concerned. There cannot be an impasse from only one side.
Can I just request you to stay with us and just get a couple of quick comments from Gaurav Bakshi? He's a supporter of Anna Hazare. Gaurav, we heard Dr.
Yes,
Naresh.
I've heard Gaurav on television
Yeah,
programs.
yeah. Gaurav, go ahead. What would you like to say to Jyotiraditya at this point? You've also heard Naresh Trehan, the doctor attending to Anna Hazare, saying the situation is now of concern and he's stable, but it's worrying. Isn't it time, Gaurav, for Anna Hazare to call off his fast? Parliament is, after all, going to be debating this at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Gaurav.
Absolutely. I actually completely agree with Jyotiraditya. There were some wise words coming out, and I really wish and hope earnestly that what he said can actually be done by all parties concerned. Now, from Anna's side, there's a huge movement that has taken place. The significance of that cannot be put aside. The people's voice has truly been heard. He's brought a voice to center stage, which has been trying to find a space for 6 decades possibly. We must take note of that. Parliament has been the body which is governing India, and that is significant in itself as an institution. There's no doubt about that. That must be maintained as well. Keeping all of this in mind, I completely agree that I personally am requesting Annaji, and we're all will be appealing to him to break the fast and allow, as Mr. Sindhia just mentioned, all the parties to sit together, realize that a solution is what the people are looking for. This is an opportunity, it's a historic time, an incredible opportunity for that to happen, with the people's voice as an input into this process. It's happening. Let's keep this going and make use of this opportunity for the best interest of...
I come back to Somnath Chatterjee, something that's really bothered a lot of people, that presentation by Kiran Bedi. Gaurav Bakshi, as an Anna Hazare supporter, what did you feel about those comments?
Barkha, I will choose not to dwell too much into that presentation. What I will talk about is a portion of it where, what is pointing to essentially a huge trust deficit which has existed for a very long time in this country between the political class and the rest of the country. I think that was one significant content of what she was trying to say. That it has existed for real apparent reasons. I don't think I need to go into the number of scams and the number of ministers in jail and the various tricks and games that are played. So all of that is clear and is real. We cannot ignore those. So as much as wise words or words of reason appear to be spoken today, and I wanted to share that with Mr. Sindhia also before he left, those are welcome and are really appreciated, but we all need to make sure that those words get translated into action, into steps where we are seeing constant dialogue and back and forth between all parties concerned as a whole, that can come up with a real solution that makes a difference in the common man's life. A true victory for me would be when we see these people on the street coming up with a smile and saying life has become easier for them to now get ration and get a passport and pay their electricity bill. That's a victory, not the rest of us having dialogues and discussions, at any other level.
Okay.
So I just wanted to...
Fair enough. You're saying that recognize that what Kiran Bedi is saying there in a way reflects...
Which will all need to come together even in the legal framework for us to make some progress.
Can I just get Chandan and Gaurav Bakshi on Rahul Gandhi's speech today, which we haven't looked at all? Gaurav, as a young Anna Hazare supporter, what did you think of Rahul Gandhi's intervention today?
I am not sure I would call it an intervention, Barkha.
Why is that?
Honestly, I would have expected more from him. I heard a comment about him saying that he gives a lot of thought before he speaks. I think the biggest issue concerning the entire country today is the Anna Hazare fast. Anna himself, number one. The concern of the entire nation, which is corruption. So these were the two key issues. I would have hoped to have seen his direct acknowledgement of the fast of his concern for the Lokpal bill and some support.
Very destructive of any notion of
Let me
people's
get Gaurav
power.
a quick response to that. I am wrapping up here, but Gaurav, you want to respond to the dwindling numbers point?
No, I mean, I hope movement is not, you know, Anna's commitment is to the nation. It's not about trying to pull a full house in a movie theater or something. So it would be more what works and what doesn't. When is the right time to
Nikhil and Chandan both
call it up and if we see
right.
results happening?
Yeah,
Nikhil,
I want to make a quick comment that I think numbers now are not important.
Yeah.
The numbers have come, we have a moment, now we need to get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's not insist, let's not bypass procedures, and let's try and get the best possible on rationality so that we can move forward. This is the time for drafting of bills, legislation, let's go. That's been the demand, let's work on that.
All right, Chandan, you want to add to that as the last thought?
Yeah, no. I can absolutely agree with Nikhil on that. Anna has in a sense achieved his aim. He has put it on the table, the first priority on the nation's agenda. 12 days we have lived with this fast and the Lokpal debate. Now the time comes to discuss the specifics, go into the details. Tomorrow in the Lok Sabha, hopefully Monday in the Rajya Sabha, and let's get the resolution, then let the standing committee debate, and let us hope that in the next couple of months we have a strong, effective Lokpal bill prepared. Next session of Parliament, we pass it, and that will be the greatest triumph, not just of Anna, but I believe all the people in this country who want to see an end, or at least to minimize corruption that is plaguing